In 2009, on a street outside a hotel in Monterrey, Mexico, a young woman stood barefoot, crying out in a state of terror. Her name was Gabriela Rico Jiménez. The footage of her distress aired briefly on local TV before fading into obscurity. But over a decade later, that same video would resurface and explode across the internet. Entangled with one of the most infamous criminal cases of our time, the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. So, what really happened that night in Monterey? And how did a disturbing viral clip become a key piece of a global conspiracy theory? This is a story about mystery, misinformation, and the internet's incredible power to reshape reality. Let's go back to 2009, Monterrey, Mexico. It's a major economic hub, a bustling city. That evening, a private event was reportedly happening at a local hotel. Some accounts described it as a modeling party. Suddenly, chaos erupted outside. A young woman, Gabriela Rico Jiménez, appeared visibly distraught and disoriented. In the footage, you can hear her shouting accusations and crying for help as bystanders watch and cameras roll. Eventually, police arrive and escort her away. And then, nothing. There are no widely available public records of any formal charges, investigations, or criminal findings that came from her statements that night. For years, that clip was just a forgotten piece of local news, until the internet found it again. Fast forward to the early 2020s. The videos start circulating on platforms like YouTube, on discussion boards, and especially on channels focused on conspiracies. But this time, the story was different. The release of court documents related to Jeffrey Epstein had reignited public interest in elite networks, abuse of power, and hidden crimes. And somewhere in this storm of information, Gabriela Rico Jiménez's 2009 breakdown became linked without any verified evidence to the Epstein case. Posts began claiming that her frantic accusations that night were proof of secret, ritualistic crimes. Some even alleged cannibalism in dark gatherings of powerful people. The problem is, there is no confirmed evidence in any official court documents that links Gabriela Rico Jiménez to Jeffrey Epstein, his associates, or any of the extreme acts being claimed online. Fact-checking organizations and journalists who have pored over the released Epstein files have not found her name. The connection exists almost entirely in the world of online speculation. Now let's be clear about the Epstein case itself. Jeffrey Epstein was arrested in 2019 on federal charges of sex trafficking minors. His case exposed a horrifying network of wealthy and influential people and caused global outrage. He died in jail later that year, a death officially ruled a suicide, though that ruling itself is heavily debated. The sheer scale of his confirmed crimes, the exploitation and abuse created a deep-seated public distrust of powerful institutions. And when trust disappears, speculation rushes in to fill the void. Experts on misinformation say this kind of environment is fertile ground for conspiracy theories to grow. Once a powerful figure is exposed for truly monstrous crimes, it becomes much easier for the public to believe even more extreme accusations, even when there's no proof. So what did that original 2009 video actually show? A young woman in a state of severe distress. Psychologists will tell you that traumatic events, mental health crises, extreme emotional breakdowns can lead to fragmented, shocking, or confusing speech. Without a verified investigation to look at, it's impossible to say for sure what caused Gabriela's behavior that night. Was she the victim of a crime that was never documented? Was she experiencing a personal crisis? Or was her episode simply misinterpreted and blown out of proportion years later? The internet doesn't like uncertainty. It fills in the gaps with stories. Short, emotional video clips are easily detached from their original context. Once a video is shared, re-uploaded, and reframed with a new caption, its meaning can completely change. In Gabriela's case, the footage became evidence not because of any official documentation, but because of repetition. The more it was shared with captions about elite rituals or cannibalism, the more people just assumed there must be some proof out there somewhere. But an assumption is not proof. Let's look at the publicly available records. There is no official confirmation of cannibalism linked to Jeffrey Epstein. There is no verified document tying Gabriela Rico Jiménez to Epstein's network. And there is no public judicial record that substantiates the extreme claims circulating online. The stories persist because they tap into our deepest fears about secret elites, hidden corruption, and crimes that go unpunished. These narratives are emotionally powerful, which makes them incredibly shareable. In the digital age, shock value spreads like wildfire. Complex truths, on the other hand, often move at a snail's pace. When a real proven crime, like the Epstein case, intersects with a mysterious video, the result is a powerful storytelling engine. But a powerful story isn't always an accurate one. And lost in this whole online storm is the actual human being at the center of the video, Gabriela Rico Jiménez. There is very little verified public information about her life before or after that night in 2009. If she experienced a real trauma, she deserves privacy and justice. If she was suffering from a mental health crisis, she deserves compassion. Turning an individual's moment of crisis into viral conspiracy content raises serious ethical questions. Who really benefits from all this speculation, and who ends up paying the price? So let's separate what is documented from what is merely claimed. It is documented that Epstein was a convicted sex offender and that court records detail his trafficking crimes. It is documented that Gabriela Rico Jiménez appeared in a distressing video in 2009. What is not documented or verified is any official link between her and Epstein. There is no verified evidence of cannibalism connected to his crimes. There is no proof that the incident in Monterey involved a global elite network. The absence of evidence doesn't necessarily mean something didn't happen. But responsible analysis requires us to distinguish between proven facts and speculation. For centuries, societies have created myths to explain hidden power. In the past, those stories traveled by word of mouth. Today they travel at the speed of an algorithm. The story of Gabriela Rico Jiménez's video shows how quickly a mystery can merge with a bigger, more sensational narrative, especially when public trust is at an all-time low. The result isn't always truth, it's amplification. It's what really happened in that hotel in Monterey in 2009. Without official investigative records, we may never know the full story behind Gabriela's distress. What we do know is that the Epstein case revealed real, horrific, and documented crimes. But extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And in the case of the viral allegations linking Gabriela to cannibalism and elite rituals, that evidence has simply not been substantiated. In an age where information spreads instantly, discernment is more important than ever. The truth deserves our patience, and people, especially those caught in the middle of a viral storm, deserve our humanity. Thanks for watching. Remember to question what you see online and always seek out credible sources. If you found this video informative, please give it a like and subscribe for more deep dives. See you next time.